Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, October 31st, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is transformation is a process of showing up. And today, happy Halloween, happy Samhain, and let's dive into the astro. So we are just coming down from a amazing, powerful new moon in Scorpio. And the moon is still moving through Scorpio through today and even into tomorrow a little bit. And it's making two potent connections, actually three potent connections. The moon in Scorpio is connecting first to Pluto. It's then connecting to Mars, and then it's also having a connection in between there to Lilith, the black moon Lilith. And so this is sure to bring out some of the stuff. So yesterday, in the new moon energy, the energy of death and rebirth came to us, and we were able to phoenix parts of ourselves. We were able to dive in and find parts of our soul long hidden that needed to come up and whether be transformed or just allowed to shine. And this, I think, is a continuing part of this process. So we begin with the energy of the moon sextiling Pluto in Capricorn. And so Pluto in Capricorn, shaking up the structure of things. You hear me say that all the time, every time we talk about Pluto. And with the moon connecting to this, to me, this is more of this unearthing of these parts of ourselves. This is happening at 15 degrees. That's 6. And that 6 energy is the energy of relationship, the energy of harmony. So it's like we're stirring this stuff up, but it's meant to come into harmony. Now, I want to say, one of the energies that I got with this is the energy of mischief. And we do know with Halloween comes some of that mischief. And many of us, do it in a really positive manner, like expressed mischief, like wearing cat ears or, fun costumes. But, sometimes this energy repressed can come forth in other ways. This is why we need to go do this work. This is why we need to unearth it, because that inner mischief that we all have within us somewhere, not allowed to express in some way or another, will come forth like a volcano at some point. So this is your key. This is your time to unearth. How is it? What is it that wants to come up? What is it in you that needs to be shaken loose from the suppression? I've got that suppression card, and then I've got that Thunderbolt card. But the Thunderbolt card, it doesn't need to be so extreme. But this is just what happens to that repressed energy. And this Thunderbolt card, a lot of times, I relate it to the ego. What happens to the ego when we are willing to look at those parts of ourselves that we have repressed? It's like, oh, that's a part of me. Okay, now what? Now what can we do with this? How can I take my power back? And this is why transformation, it happens. It's an ongoing process. It's just part of like the way of the world. But, if you're showing up for it, then you're really doing it in this conscious manner and allowing it to unfold. The moon connecting to Mars is also really interesting in this. Mars is in Capricorn, and so this is actually happening in the evening. So my hope it's not the moon-Mars connection that causes temper tantrums like, you didn't give me the right candy, stomp my foot. But maybe like the moon-Mars where you're really motivated, like, oh yeah, playing this part is like bringing out this piece of me. I want to allow these pieces of me to come forward. So that's my hope in that. It is also my hope that with the moon connecting to Lilith, there is this revelation energy of the feminine within you, the part of yourself that doesn't need the approval of anybody else, the part of yourself that doesn't need the approval of the world, the part of yourself that's willing to be like, I'm going to go my own way because this is right for my soul, like, this is my path. I know you wanted me to do this path, but this is my path. And so Lilith enables us to do that. And so Lilith conjunct the moon, actually, and in conjunct Uranus, and the moon and Lilith trining Chiron. Look at that. Look at that. That's huge. The Uranus energy, which liberates, the Lilith, which is like, I have the power, I'm ready to walk on my own, and then the Chiron, which brings that healing energy, and also the potential of forgiveness because it is in Pisces, and the spiritual awareness. We have that all connected with the moon, which is helping us rebirth ourselves. So all of this is part of coming into the full consciousness. Awareness is such a huge part, and as we come into this level of consciousness, we build up our ability to hear and listen to our inner voice. And I do have the Hermit card, aloneness. And so I know it is Halloween, and it is also the beginning of many, holidays. Dias de los Muertos, we're celebrating the thinning of the veils. We're celebrating how thin it is. We're celebrating our ancestral energies. But take some time to be alone, just to remember who you are. Because so many times we get around other people, and because we are so energetic in nature, we just start chameleoning ourselves. And so being alone is always an opportunity to be like, oh wait, this is who I am. And then I go forth, reborn into that energy, and collect energy from everybody else, and then come back. This is who I am. Just take a little bit of that time alone, because the cards are reminding us it is important to be who you are. I've got the grumpy red fairy, and I love her so much. It says, be your true self. I want to be me and be free without everyone giving me an opinion. I like being different. I won't be changing unless I want to. I don't need to fit in. She's so Lilith. I only need to be true to me. And if people who think I should be smiling or wearing pretty dress, that I should stop messing up my hair, they can just deal with it. Some of the world's scariest people are the kindest, sweetest. You are too. A fiery, playful, defiant, lots of fun person to be around. Be you. Be rebellious. Yeah. Little grumpy red fairy. Love her. And then, even from the fairy tale books, I'm loving these synchronicities. I have the story of Fair, Brown, and Trembling. And basically, it's kind of a version of the Cinderella story, except that Fair, Brown, and Trembling are sisters. And Fair and Brown are like really sexy, and Trembling's like, I'm a little scared. And basically, a fairy godmother comes and helps her step into who she is. I am your fairy godmother. You have permission to be who you are. And this is saying divine assistance, working outside of tradition, bonds between the human and the fairy. Do not dim the light of another, or do not dim your own light by trying to fit in. So this is the wisdom of Fair, Brown, and Trembling, which is honor who you are. So that's it for today. Happy Halloween. Book a reading if you would like. It's $30 for 25 minutes. We'll have that sale ongoing. And I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.